Good morning everybody, it's Bee from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. First of all, can I say thank you to everybody for subscribing. I really do appreciate it so much, it's brilliant, thank you. If you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It is free and it does help my channel. As well as watching my videos, you get to hear my lovely African grey Merlin chirping in the background. There he goes. And he will be constantly, generally through the video. There you go. So, can I ask you also to press that thumbs up button for me? Just click on that, and that's the like button. Can you subscribe, like I've just mentioned? Put a comment in. Excuse me. I do answer all my comments. Sometimes I might be a few days out. I do apologise for that, but I'll apologise in the comments as well. And share the video if you want. So today's video is day 20 of the Gummy Pan Advent Calendar, which I probably say on every video I absolutely adore. So today we've got an ice cream cone and a slice of strawberry and a wafer, which is brilliant. So got my thinking cap on and you're thinking, why on earth is all this stuff on here? So there's my ice cream cone. I've cut 2 out. I probably won't be using 2. That's not the plan. I cut the ice cream to go on the top, which I think I'm probably going to do raspberry ripple because I love raspberry ripple ice cream. A couple of wafers. One will go in the ice cream. I think somewhere one's going to go elsewhere. The strawberry slice as well is going to go in the ice cream, and that one is going to go somewhere else. So these are all Gummy Pan dies. So this is the garden swing, which I've cut out twice because I want to add some dimension for it. And this is the cushions, which I'm sure, sorry, not plural, goes like so. So I've cut 2 of those. I don't know if I'm going to need 2, but they're done just in case. So that's going to hang there. This little table I've cut 3 times. I don't know how many of them I'm going to use, but I'm going to layer it up so it just looks a little bit better. And my aim was to put the table there. This is from last year's Advent calendar. I'm not sure whether that was, actually, I'm not sure, but this was from last year's calendar, and it's a cake stand. So my thoughts were, the ice cream is going to go on the cake stand. Somebody's just finished the gardening. I put a couple of little bits there, and the aim was to have these little mice in different ways climbing up the table to get to the ice cream, something like that. And I thought I would have one of these, because you can make them look like anything. The last one I did with these mice, I did them as they were swimming, because they hang on and look like they're diving. So this one I thought could look like he's pushing that crate nearer the table where he's jumping over it. So I've cut plenty of mice, and I thought what else I could do was, if the mice have got on there, they've dropped one of the wafers, and the little hedgehogs can be eating this, the wafer. And I've cut 2 of each, the little one and the mummy one and the baby one, or daddy one and the baby one. And I'm going to layer them up so that they can be munching. And I put a little snail on, just because. I might use him, I might not. So that's the plan. So I'm going to be using the Honolulu, Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol markers. I've got the 320 set. I've got the broad nib and the brush. I generally use the brush nib on them. And if you're just new to these Ohuhu pens, there's an easy way to identify between the tips. The brush tip has always got that grey band that you can see there. As you can see, the other one is white. Okay, and that's another thing. I've only just noticed that the whole thing's grey and that whole thing's white. There you go, observant or what. So I'm going to play some music and cut some bits out and start layering up. And then while I'm doing the editing, I will probably do a voiceover, just maybe adding little bits of information, and I'll show you the colours that I'm using by literally, hopefully you'll see them as I'm using them. Take the top off and I'll put it there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with, I quite like how I've set that up. So I'm going to start with this swing. So I'm going to cut out the whole of this centre and just leave the outside with this part here. So I'll get my snips and we'll get going. Hello, so I'm here on the voiceover now. Once I've cut these parts out, that you'll notice that I'm putting the cushions in between the two parts, because that's how you would see the cushion. There are the colours that I'm using, and hopefully this music is ramping down. I hope anyway. I'll know when in fact I'll check it now. Checked, it is ramping down. What that actually means in layman's terms is that it goes lower when I'm talking, so my voice is obviously higher than the music. So you'll still hear Merlin in the background because he's tweeting away. I'm colouring these in. I have fast forwarded as well, by the way, just to get back onto the card a little bit. This making of this card took about 3 hours. And to edit it down, I got it down to 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then I needed to obviously, excuse me, edit it down further than that, which is why things are fast forwarded in most of this video, because it was so long. Otherwise you wouldn't get it on here till December the 20th, 2025 with our internet. So got into my head that this cushion is like a faux leather one. I don't know why. So I'm doing the crosses where you see now is where the buttons would be pushed in to the leather, faux leather I might say, so you get those darker areas on it. I don't know why it is, you imagine all sorts, don't you? So I'm just putting the other colours on and just blending it through, so that there's no harsh edges between any of the colours. It all just has really, really smooth blend. And there you see the cushion is sat actually in. That's the glue that I've just shown you is the Nouveau. It's too quick for you, and for me it's a Nouveau Deluxe Adhesive Clear Drying Craft Glue. And I'm using the stippling brush from Natalie Bowers. She's the one that put this out there, and it's absolutely brilliant. So just get some of these are literally only cheap from Amazon. I've got a set of 4, they're really flimsy, and I'm just using my hand sanitizer to clean the glue off my laminated sheet. Just using 2 different shades to do the rope. I wonder if they have chains as well. I don't know. To hold it down. So these are the colours now, and I am going to be colouring this is a guessing game. This is the ice cream cone. Now, I wanted this to be sort of probably a little bit richer, a little bit more orange than it is. But anyway, it's not. I've done it sort of like more of a caramel colour. Can't think of the word. And just it's not particularly shading on it. really. It's just the shape and the colours that you do get in an ice cream cone. Can you remember? Oh, this is the raspberry ripple ice cream that I'm using. I'm just using a pink and then the yellow colour over the top as the vanilla. Can you remember when you kids and used to get ice cream? I don't know about you, but you used to eat the top of the ice cream off, never bite it. It makes me shudder now. My husband bites ice cream. Oh, it's making my teeth go now. But we used to, because it all went soggy around the edges, I used to push the little sections in and suck all the ice cream for them and work your way around and then nibble it all the way around. That's how I used to eat an ice cream. I probably would do now if I had one. I don't do ice cream cones like that where we go. We've got a little ice cream parlour near us. Can't remember what to call it. If I remember, I'll say. Oh, but it's gorgeous. Homemade ice cream is absolutely delightful. You sit shivering in this weather when I've the heater on. So I'm doing the strawberries and I've done the centre really pale and the outer darker, obviously, as you would. But I've gone back over the centre because you don't get that straight line, do you? It sort of blends its way out, so it comes paler and then darker. And then just doing the green for the foliage on the top. Now, I'm figuring out the best way to layer up this table. So it took a bit of figuring out. It probably took more figuring out than it should have done. But anyway, I'm quite happy with the end results. And I'm going to do the back part first. I'm going to keep putting it on to see to reference it for me. And I'm doing the legs that are behind are going to be darker. See the auto correction myself then. Gonna instead of going to. So as I've coloured this up anyway, I will start and change the colours a little bit that I'm not quite happy with. I think that's too pale for what I want it to be. But like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, these are all gummy pan dyes. I always get my dyes from miserprint.co.uk. They're based up in Scotland, I think, with Matthew and Anne. They are really, really good. But you can also get them from Sweden if you're not in the UK. And that's from gummypan.com. So there's the little table done. So now I'm going on to the box. And I haven't fast forwarded this on. I think the reason I haven't fast forwarded this on, I have now. I was going to delete that out, but I'm not. It's not long enough. So what I've decided to do throughout the whole of the card is use the same shades of brown and fawn, but just change the way in which I put the colours together. So yeah. So this little box opens at the top, which you'll see in a second. But I've also need to colour, if you're doing anything like that, remember to colour inside the slit. That's it, I've just done it. Because otherwise you just get a white part. And now we are on normal time now. And I'm just using pink to dot into the mice and the hedgehog ears. I will be speeding it up again in a little bit, but I think you've got two sections. You have, you've got two sections and I'll speed it up. So yeah, so that's the little dots of the pink done. It's cold in this room. well, I was cold in this room. I should have one of those jumpers that says, this person is always cold. So what I'm doing with the colours anyway, with the mice, is I'm just dotting bits of colour, the different shades all over, in no particular order, just to give a variation of colour. So just adding the different layers of the colour on. I think I'm just putting the little noses on now as well, and then just blending them through. So none of them look the same. And then just doing the little head jogs. And when I've done the layers for the head jog, what I've done prior to doing them this time, I've always cut the heads off. But I haven't this time. I've left the heads on with the prickles, and they do look a lot better. So any advice I could give you about doing the little head jogs is leave the heads on. And then it's the bodies that are in the background. And then I start and do the eyes and nose on the head jog. The little fella, by the time I've finished, looks like he's had a black eye. He looks like he's had a scrap with somebody. And I kept going over it with a lighter colour, but it wasn't having it. So now I'm doing the cake stand. Like I said as well, this is from last year's. And I decided to do it, get a little bit of sparkle in there. And I used the Wink of Stella Silver. And I was fortunate this time it didn't leak on me. The last time I used it, it blobbed out. And I've got this little word stencil on Amazon, I think. I always cut this end off. I hate that sticky bit at the end. You try and put everything away, it just sticks to it all the time. So I thought I might put just a little bit of something in grey, and I think I'm going to use Lost Shadow. I'm going to say while I'm here, I've just replaced this trimmer. It's a Caterpillar trimmer, self-sharpening. It's got LED lights at that end, on and off, and I'm selling it. I don't know whether anybody is interested. UK only, obviously. Originally I said sort of like 35 quid, but I just want it out of the way now, so I'm going to say 25 quid plus postage. If you're interested, let me know. It is a really good one. It's, like I say, it's self-sharpening. But I just want it out of the way. It's getting in the way now. So, sorry about that bit of self-selling. I shan't do it again. Well, probably will, maybe not. I don't know. It's not something that I would normally do. It's just when I was getting the Lost Shadow out, it was in the way. That's gonna go. And I just thought, never lose an opportunity. Yeah. I'm going to make the ice cream up. I'm going to keep this as well for a bit of stenciling. Quite like that. Yeah, so that bit was the bit that I cut out of the swing chair. And it's one of those things I thought, oh, shall I cut it out of the die into Mylar? But you won't get the, I don't want the chair, I just wanted the shape. And I suppose I could have done it, created something like that. I still might on my scan and cut. I'm not as comfortable using my scan and cut yet. I tried doing some wording on it the other day, and it doesn't look right. So obviously practice needs to be had. So back to the ice cream. I put foam tape on the back of the ice cream, which you will have seen. That's just to give it that little bit of dimension. Also with the chair, when I've put that down, I have made it push the centre inside, and I've only attached the centre part of it, so it does sit proud to it. It's like 3D on there. So then it's now looking at how I'm going to put all the little creatures. I have enjoyed doing this. I really have. I do like clean and simple cards, but I also like that story behind it. You know, the person has just finished a gardening, or he's gardening, and he's got an ice cream, and he's just gone in to get either a cup of tea or a nice cold glass of something. And the little mice and hedgehog have seen the opportunity to come in and nick his ice cream while they've gone away. So anyway, there's my card. I'm just doing a final little bit more stenciling on. And I'm also now doing my matten layer. I'm just going around the outer edges. So the card base itself was 5 3/4, the matten layer was 5 1/2, and the card itself was 5 1/4. So there you go. So thank you for watching, everybody. I do appreciate you watching, and I'd forgotten to put a little snail on, so I'm doing that now. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you for the next one. This today is Thursday, and it will probably, it's Friday, it'll probably be going up tomorrow, Saturday. Bye for now. Bye everybody. Bye.